So, it's slightly late in the afternoon, and I got a little distracted on YouTube, so I want to make sure I get through this important vlog quickly. So, this is basically my decade year plan because I'm in my 20s, I'm 21, and one of my biggest fears is getting to my 30s without growing and developing into my areas of knowledge and being able to like take on the world and its various challenges. So I have three passionate areas and I developed an acronym for these operations called Operation ACT. It stands for Anime Communism Theology. So they're not like a mix of the three. It's just like each specific area. So the first one is anime. Now you don't. If you go over to my main channel, just Janess, you know how much I love anime and how much it influenced me and my psyche and how much like these stories have been there for me. You know what? I haven't actually read these books since I got them. I've been meaning to read them, but other interesting books just came along and I wanted to read them and I've been spending my time, but I really should be reading one of these as soon as I finish the book that I'm currently reading. So, yeah, I want to not. Like, okay, we all know. Well, I don't know, we all know, but there is a place on YouTube called AnyTube that makes these. That makes analysis videos, basically in the style of videos about video games and films, but just about anime. And while in the past year or two, there has been a couple great channels show up, like, I can't remember the first one. Like, oh yeah, Steven and Kane Lauderdale. I only watched a couple Steven's videos, and I didn't watch Lauderdale's videos yet, but they're two channels that impressed me based on the surface, because they're talking about old anime, they're talking about important anime, they talk about niche anime I've never heard of before, that I'm sure if I watched, it would contribute a fair amount to my understanding of the history of anime and the medium and Japan. But I want to go one step further, and I'm not talking about going back and reading blog posts like from Ghost Lightning. I want to go straight to academic sources, because although, books are like more lexical than videos, I want to understand, well, these people's perspectives, and like the things that are written up in books, they have citations. Like you could just say anything in a video and some people will believe you, but if you put that in a book, that at least you got sources. At least you can like research them and then that contribute to a fair amount of understanding. And I'm looking forward to reading all about it, and then oh, I see that I actually got something there. Okay, never mind. So, yeah, that's basically anime. I'm just, not only am I just gonna read these books, but I'm gonna also just watch YouTube videos and read blog posts. So, and not only just about anime, but maybe in a sideline to anime, I'll be learning about Japan and otakus. And someday I'm gonna learn to read Japanese so I can read it from the Japanese otaku's perspective, including Oshio, like one of the founders of Gainax, because I think he wrote a couple books about otakus and anime. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm lacking behind in my understanding of anime because it has been months since I last made a video of anime. I believe the last one was late last year when I'm making my decade of 2010 of anime that I like. So that's part one of the acronym anime, and I'm looking forward to the next decade. Well, we'll see how much I learn about anime. Step two is one that I've been meaning to been growing recently is communism. I've just finished a while ago Das Capital. Not this specific version. I read a free version online, but I wanted to get the paperback version so that I can have an easier time of rereading it because I'm not naturally geared around learning economics, so I just need to reread it for context sake. But anyway, I think like I would need like a whole video to explain how I got into communism, but yeah, like my understanding of the world is vastly different from the society I'm in, and recently there's been this anti-China hysteria because of the tension between China and the U.S. and I'm always seeing on Fox News about China and Wuhan lab and censorship. It's really annoying. So the last thing I want to happen is me breaking down and me looking bad in front of my dad. So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can. I don't think I'm gonna get it perfect, but at least I'm attempting to learn about history, culture, mass movements of the workers, and I'm gonna have fun with it while I'm at it, cause I think like trying to understand this will at least make me more politically aware, cause it's like it's such a ball game outside of where I thought I would be as a teenager, cause first and foremost, I do want to become an artist. I do want to create my own stories. But after learning about these, well, I don't know if I can say these things, but learning about the world far outside my perspective, outside my room, is all these movements around the world, the movement in France, the movement in Chile, and all these things makes me want to contribute. And my country Australia is not known as a very popular country for unions, so if there's something I could do politically, not like run for elections or anything, but just contribute to the mass movement through my art and through my participation, that's what I want to contribute to the world. That's why communism is going to be an important theme for this decade. And lastly, T is theology. So I don't think I talk all about as much throughout my channel, except one vlog, but I'm a Christian, but it's not like I'm a fundamentalist Christian, not a creationist, not a homophobe, not a transphobe. I see the Bible for what it is. I take it seriously, but not literally, as Marcus J. Borg says. So, okay, I didn't know if you could hear me just then. Okay, who? So, it's. So, what can I say about theology? Well, it's more of a reaction to more popular forms of Christianity because the way that my youth pastor says it, like the idea of being trans, the idea of being attracted to the same sex is just a feeling that you can push down in favor of having a relationship with God. And I don't, that kind of sentiment is hurtful. It's something I realized that I need to get better at understanding the Bible. I need to understand church history, because that kind of theology or taking the Bible literally, it's not like it's a 2,000 year it's not like it's a 2,000 year theology. It's pretty modern. It's like at least the descendants of what happened in the 1900s, and I want to better develop my relationship with God, so I don't blame God for some of the Christians being discriminatory towards me. So those are like my three areas I want to develop. It's the A.C.T. operation. It's something I estimated would take a decade for me to master, because there's a saying that for average it takes 10,000 hours for a person to learn And a decade is more or less a comfortable space for me to at least gain a sufficient understanding of all these three areas that I'm passionate about. So that's like the big vlog I'm working on today. It just took me a while because YouTube, distracted me for like 30 minutes and I was having a good time on Discord. And I gotta like stop interacting so much in Discord unless I get all the important things done for that day. And then I gotta make sure at least shoot a vlog or two so I'm tracking what my thoughts in real time. Yep.